Armada, welcome to another episode of this Mordecai, Margaret, TJ arc. I really need to come up with a catchier name for this arc, where basically I go over this entire series-long arc and analyze it episode by episode. Currently, we are on the last Season 1 Margaret-centric episode, and also the last episode in Season 1, Mordecai and the Rigbys. If you haven't seen the first two episodes in this video series, the first one being caffeinated concert tickets, and the second one being These Unicorns Have Got to Go, I recommend you check them out by going to this playlist in the description or the pinned comment. Also plug in my Reddit. So before I get into this, I really do want to hammer the point home that I am going to be plugging my Reddit a little bit, and it's actually for a very simple reason. So right now, my biggest and most active community outside of YouTube is Discord, and I've come to terms with the fact that my Discord is going to be rather casual for me. It's where I hang out with a lot of my fans, you guys, and also where I hang out with a lot of my friends. And it's kind of turned into more of a casual, non-animation thing for me there. However, I would still like a hub for talking about animation, making sure that I catch up on the news, make sure I catch up on any cool things that the community is up to. And I figured since my Reddit is sort of a clean slate right now, I actually went through and purged everything that was there except for all the essentials. I figured that Reddit's probably a better place for that. It allows for people who may not necessarily want to be on VCs or want to make a post themselves or even collect and organize posts so that people, and this is a problem that we've had in Discord for a long time, where someone would talk about something at like 3 p.m. at one time, and then like at another time they would bring it back up as if no one was talking about it. And I really do feel like Reddit would be a better place to just be more organized and to just build this hub of people who love animation. It'll be a lot more geared towards animation there. I'm going to be posting a lot of my videos there, and I'm also going to have a requests mega thread there, so that's going to be pretty awesome. So again, go to my Reddit. It's in the description below. It's in the pinned comment. Go check it out. So to get everyone up to speed, Margaret is still just the coffee girl. There's nothing interesting about her, and there aren't that many unique factors about her. Literally, you can slap paint on a cardboard box and give it a wig, feathers, and lipstick, and you would essentially have the same character. All she is at this point is the girl that Mordecai is into. Mordecai is shown to sacrifice sleep and tap on his survival energy reserves just to be at a concert for this girl, as well as fight his best friend legitimately a few times because some unicorns were pranking him and Rigby didn't stand by his side. It's not looking good for our Blue Jay out there, but it surely is entertaining. We start this episode with them getting fake band t-shirts, which Mordecai says he can't recall agreeing to.
Yes, I want to be in a band with you. Alright, but we gotta have a cool band name. What do you think of Cool Dudes?
Face Punch.
Rad and Subtract?
Helicopter Crash.
What about Mustache Cash Stash?
That's it, that's it!
Order the shirts! Order the shirts! Oh yeah, t-shirts.
Now, I'm not gonna say that I'm an expert or enthusiast on soda. In fact, those days of drinking it daily, regularly, are long gone from me. If it isn't bamboo tea, I'm a water guy. In fact, some would say on my Discord, since I brought it up earlier, that I should be Team Hydrate by that logic, but I am a neutral party, because on any given day, soda still slaps, and I would take it over water, especially if I'm out. But that being said, it's crazy that he doesn't remember, given that it's, soda, not the other beverage that people do dumb things on that causes them to forget because they've had a lot of it. Although, to be fair, they never said it was soda, so for all I know, they could have been channeling their inner Stone Cold Steve Austin. Also, I just love how Mordecai's mouth is animated when he says the band's original name, Mustache Cash Stash. Can't believe I got that all in one take. It just seems so smugly bro-y that you know he was proud of that name at that time. Too bad they didn't pick it. They, and by they I mean Rigby, picked the name of this episode, Mordecai and the Rigbys. Although skeptical at first, Rigby insists on Mordecai wearing the shirt and donning the status of this fake band. However, things go left very quickly.
Whoa, rad shirts. You guys are in a band?
No, we're not in a band.
So what, it's some sort of fake band?
No, it's a real band, but it's just not a big deal, you know?
Your band should play the open mic tomorrow night.
Yeah, for sure. Totally.
Awesome, I can't wait to see you guys play.
So, there are two people in school. There's the people who, when they had papers, they would put them in a folder or a binder or something like that and then put it in their book bag. And then there were people, when they had papers, they would put them in their notebook or directly in their bag or even in their pocket. Now, I'm not going to canonically confirm or deny that I went to school, but if I did go to school, I was a part of the second group, and with this alleged experience, I can maybe tell you that those papers I just shoved allegedly into my book bag were not the cleanest or the straightest papers you've ever seen. Some would say that those papers got beaten and folded up more than the undercard of your average MMA bout. So my question is, where did Margaret keep this paper? Screw this job that you have. You can make some serious money selling whatever clothing you have that keeps the papers as straight as they are here. But about the episode, Mordecai was put in a tough spot to either commit to the silly idea or explain the silly idea itself and basically expose that the entire band is fake and that they kind of did it off of a beverage binge induced dumb idea. And given that Mordecai had all of about like 5 seconds to be able to process which choice to make there, I think it'd be unfair to put the weight on that decision solely on Mordecai the way that Rigby did. But nonetheless, it's a fun way to open the episode itself, given that you pack all of this into the first few minutes of this episode, so that we can feel the pressure that Mordecai feels, wanting to not mess up his shot with this girl who seems to be decently interested in him so far. They decide that all they need is one good song, and they practice their two-man ensemble in preparation.
Ready?
Shreddy.
1, 2, 3, 4. Stop.
Wanting to improve their skills, they reach out to multi-platinum superstar Pops, who is on his harpsichord, who gives them the educational material that he used to become the mega rapper superstar that he is today. He also informs everyone that he's going to the open mic night, so now they can't back out. I do find Pops exceptionally charming here, giving his brief appearance. It's not that he does extra or says much, but what he says in this concise period of time just felt so unconditionally optimistic and old-timey that he's definitely made his mark on the show at the end of season 1 for sure. Now, as you know, regular show is anything but. What makes it work is that it has a supernatural blend that casually mixes in with the slice of life nature of the show. So how do they incorporate those fantasy elements here? What is the clever or crafty way that they incorporate that into this episode? Apparently a simple push.
Dude, this isn't working! I can't understand anything!
Dude, we gotta keep going. Do you want to look like an idiot at the open mic?
So as a cartoon reviewer, I am prone to fixating on tiny things just to get some comedy or analysis out of it, but I find it amazing that there are a few times within this series where Mordecai just pushes someone and it causes a major chain of events. Like Mordecai's push should be up there with like Thanos' snap, where such a common activity that anyone can do is magnified to a ridiculous level for this person, because when you think about it, that tiny push caused time travel. While the soda was the middle factor here, just the sheer fact that these records from the past produce a product from the future to get to the present is such a ridiculous warp that I theorize that it has to do with Mordecai's legendary push. Not only that, but he gets upset at Rigby when he was the one who committed to the open mic night. Like, excuse the rig bone for being under pressure because of the decision you made. However, this is important to the whole arc because of a few crucial scenes. They'd end up meeting the future versions of themselves, and they say two things of note. The first one being,
You don't know it yet, but this is the moment where we teach you how to rock.
Dude, this is perfect.
Wait, we suck. And if you're us, doesn't that mean you suck too?
Didn't you just hear us play?
Yeah, we're super successful musicians in the future.
Whoa, not so fast, buddy. I've played enough Town of Salem and Mafia to know when someone is beating around the bush. And in fact, around the time of recording this, I'm actually starting up a new game of Mafia, so if you like games like Town of Salem, or if you like the emergency meeting part of Among Us, I definitely recommend joining my Discord for that. But I've played enough games that involve social deduction to deduce something here. Like, I thought you guys were successful musicians, but the way you danced around that question, you would make Beyonce blush. President Rigby wanted to know if you guys were good, not if you guys were successful. And I would throw up like an image of a successful musician who really isn't that good, but I'm pretty sure you guys in the comments below have better suggestions than whatever I can put up on the screen. Anywho, dodging around that question question, while disingenuous, makes for an amazing clue as to what happens later, which helps with rewatchability. However, I won't spoil it directly just yet. Let's get on to the other thing of note. Present Rigby asks future Rigby if they get a shark tattoo, and I find it hilarious that I'm writing this as of now, because if future me was me today in 2021 and present me was me 5 years ago, I would have the same fixation that Rigby has, except his armpit shark tattoo was my PS2. It's actually one of the very few things I've bought with my YouTube money, AdSense, in these 5 years that didn't just go back into what I do, until recently. Mordecai also has a question to ask his future self.
Oh, hey, in the future, do I get to go out with Margaret? Huh. I wouldn't want to ruin the surprise. Aww.
Now, obviously, it's highly unlikely that the writers knew, but I wonder if he was with Steph in this timeline. However, it isn't a regular show episode without the montage. Here we see Mordecai and Rigby act as if they weren't just playing a guitar before. Yes, it was poor, but they didn't break it. Anywho, besides that little dissonance, the montage is standard, nothing truly special or anything over the top or memorable about it, other than it plays the instrumental of the song that they would go on to play at the open mic night. Skeptical of these future dudes who seem to consistently say that they're going to do well and fine, present-day Mordecai notes that there wasn't a single lesson that revolved around actually playing these instruments. Scales? Who needs them? Chords? You already have one that plugs into the amp. Music theory? Debunked. All you need is the looks, the moves, and the lyrics down. So, as you may or may not know, this is similar to the story of Milli Vanilli. And I'm not a music channel, however if I was, I would have an hour-long video about this in particular because I've been super interested in this topic. But essentially, they were a pop band that were exposed for not only being the ones that didn't sing their songs on stage, but also not even the people responsible for singing the songs that people purchased, that they got a Grammy for. However, regular show takes a slightly different spin on it. Anxious and feeling guilty for not being able to play a single song under their so-called band, Mordecai yells at Rigby for taking the box of t-shirts that they ordered and offering to give it out to the crowd. But then Margaret does that exact same thing, and you already know where this is going.
Hey, can I have one of those?
Yeah. Here's a small.
How do I look?
Amazing.
I can hand these out for you guys.
It's amazing what Lady Pex does to a Blue Jay. They get one final interaction with their future selves before they go on stage, and are shocked, almost offended, that they would offer pics after not teaching them anything music related. However, their future selves just tell them, relax, just go out there, you'll be fine. Just stick to what you practice. We get Muscle Man being incredible, shirt off before the finale, he's just in the zone, wants to hear music, and just like in caffeinated concert tickets, he's just amazing here. Like Muscle Man might be the best character in season 1 off his one-liners alone. Afraid of the unknown, they decide to take the risk of looking like frauds and play.
Holy crap!
It's here where we get to see Mordecai's true colors. They'd start playing Party Tonight, a song that was great, animated well, and I can see why you'd want to nominate this specific episode for an Emmy. It's to the point, it offers a lot of tiny but cool ideas, both story-wise and animation-wise, and the concert just feels great. It's a feel-good moment, although undeserved, that mostly fits the mood well. You get to see them all happy, Benson is in disbelief, and everything goes to plan. Or does it? Mordecai drops his pick and immediately confused as to why he drops the pick, the music stops playing. I guess he wasn't thinking too much about it when he grabbed the mic earlier and the music was playing. However, both the music and the vocals are being played on a boombox just off stage, to make it appear that the duo are playing. That's why he had to learn everything but the music, to sell that they are great musicians, as they did have the moves and vocals down pat, and were in sync, and they did look cool. However, Mordecai doesn't want to quote win, or have a good night this way, so he goes and he turns off the boombox.
We thought we could just order some t-shirts and pass ourselves off as a band, but it turns out playing music's really hard to do. We just got caught up in the dream, man. And just for a little while, it was real. But that's over, and lip syncing's not cool. so we're breaking up the band.
Now, let's regroup here. So, in the first episode of this arc series, we saw Mordecai deny himself sleep, cheat his way through energy through coffee, and break a contract he signed, albeit sleep deprived, all for Margaret. And in the second episode, he literally gets cologne because of his shallow perception of how attraction works, and beats his friend up for not supporting him. But now he's giving us the PBS after school special about having deep-rooted opinions on lip syncing? I mean, I'm not going to defend lip syncing. I know the pros and cons of it, but I'm also not going to do the other two things. I guess it's a little weird when you think about how unpolished Mordecai's character was in his first season, you know, trying to figure everything out both out of story and in story. And if you look at the silver lining, it took this to get to where he would go on to be in the next few seasons, so I can appreciate it. But it is weird. They rip up the t-shirts, which apparently were the fabric of time itself, because their future selves cosmically fade away and explode as an afterthought, which everyone cheers for, I guess, because explosions are cool. However, as unpolished as Mordecai is, this next scene is the reason why I want to continue doing this arc.
Mordecai! Mordecai!
Margaret! Margaret!
Mordecai!
Margaret!
That was pretty cool what you set up there.
Thanks, Margaret.
Oh hey, have you met my new boyfriend, Angel?
Come on, baby. We don't want to be late for our dinner reservations.
You did all that, sacrificing the wealth, the fame, potential happiness, a great night, and all you get are just a few nice words with Margaret in the sight of another dude, a human dude, mind you, taking her on a date, arm around her. Good job, Mordecai. Luckily, you didn't give up. However, you do witness every single guy take Margaret on a date. And by the way, not shaming Margaret, she could just be dating to find out who she wants. But at the same time, while she figures out all of that through all the dating she's doing, Mordecai is for sure certain that she's the one. He wants her. But at the same time, not certain about anything else in the history of time ever in this show. Like, it's very rare. And that's what makes this arc so interesting to me, because when it comes to love, it's like he's a different character who is incredibly wishy-washy on everything except for the fact that he knows that he wants it. And right now, he feels like it's Margaret. But even that gets shaky later on. And I feel like it's also important to say, because of this arc, I don't hate Mordecai as a character, and a lot of episodes within this arc are actually really good, including this one, because this is about the arc. This isn't about the characters, this isn't about the episode, it's not about the season, and just because I'm going on with the joke of calling Mordecai a simp does not mean that I personally hate the character, or that me calling him a simp denotes the quality of his character or my enjoyment of the show. As many people who try to make comedic YouTube videos go, it's just a joke. It's literally just a YouTube title. There is some truth in it, but that truth isn't enough to negate my watching experience of regular show. In fact, I have season 1 on DVD. I clearly love it. Anywho, Rigby comments that you probably should have just kept lip syncing and got that date with Margaret. You know, she probably could have understood later, or you could have broken up the band in private, but too late for that now. And that was Mordecai and the Rigbys. Great episode, great episode. Better than the last two, in my opinion, at least. It handled the topic of Margaret well. So, for next time, and I don't know when it's coming out, but for next time, technically the next Mordecai and Margaret centric episode is It's Time, but I already covered that, so feel free to look at that because I'm not gonna make a second video on that episode. So we're gonna skip over that to Do Me a Solid, which is the only other episode of season 2 that directly deals with the arc, so we're really pushing through these. However, the day after this goes up, I plan to put a special poll that may shift where this arc goes, and I really do hope that you guys vote in it. I'm gonna be putting out a lot of community posts, so again, look out for those. I hope to spam your home feeds with all of my videos in my quest for world domination. Until then, thank you so much for your time. Take care. Alpha out.